right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand, and sworn personnel don your headgear if you haven't already, while the members of the Wisconsin State Patrol 69th and 70th recruit classes make their entrance.
Sacrifice the price they paid.
Hail, hail, State Patrol.
Hail, hail, State Patrol.
King of the road, we're in control.
King of the road, we're in control.
Nothing in this world is free.
Nothing in this world is free.
A trooper's life was made for me.
A trooper's life was made for me.
Pay to pay the ultimate price.
Pay to pay the ultimate price.
Sold themselves to sacrifice.
Sold themselves to sacrifice.
They're in our hearts, they're in our minds.
They're in our hearts, they're in our minds.
Salute the families left behind.
Salute the families left behind.
Hail, hail, State Patrol.
Hail, hail, State Patrol.
King of the road, we're in control.
King of the road, we're in control.
Nothing in this world is free.
Nothing in this world is free.
A trooper's life was made for me.
A trooper's life was made for me.
Now the story has been told.
Now the story has been told.
About the blue, about the gold.
About the blue, about the gold.
For all the things for which we did.
For all the things for which we did.
Never regret the words we said.
Never regret the words we said.
Hail, hail, State Patrol.
Hail, hail, State Patrol.
King of the road, we're in control.
King of the road, we're in control.
Nothing in this world is free.
Nothing in this world is free.
A trooper's life was made for me.
A trooper's life was made for me.
Instep, 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 your left.
You're right.
Instep, 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 your left.
You're right.
Count the kids, count the kids, count the kids, count the kids.
One.
Trooper cadets.
Two.
Roll your shoulders back.
Three.
Reach your hands up high.
Four.
Reach and touch the sky.
One.
Hit it.
Two.
Hit it.
Three.
Hit it.
Four.
Hit it.
1, 2, 3, 4. We like it here. We love it here. We finally found our home.
What?
Our home.
What?
Our home.
What?
Our home away from home. Hey.
Class. Halt. Guide on. Post.
Would everyone please remain standing while the Wisconsin State Patrol Honor Guard posts our national colors?
Honor guard. Forward. March.
Everyone, please be seated. Good morning. I am Lieutenant James Sawyer. I'm the Executive Officer of the Wisconsin State Patrol Academy. And on behalf of the Wisconsin State Patrol, we want to welcome you to the graduation for the 69th and 70th recruit class. We are pleased to have with us today Governor Tony Evers, dignitaries from the Department of Transportation and Department of Justice, along with members of the Fort McCoy Military Command Staff. I would also like to recognize the various Wisconsin State Patrol command staff and sworn personnel in our front row here, along with our law enforcement partners from across the state. We are also privileged to have the Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul and the Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Brian Hattadorn to serve as guest speakers. And yes, you heard that right. We do have two classes that we're celebrating today, the 69th and the 70th. For the first time in the history of the State Patrol, we have a lateral class. The 70th recruit class, every member of them has gone through a DOJ-certified law enforcement-sponsored academy, and they have worked for another agency within this state. While their tenure at the Wisconsin State Patrol Academy might have been a little bit shorter than normal, it was not any less strenuous, I can promise you. This is not to take anything away from the 69th recruit class, who put in an enormous amount of work during their 26-week, quasi-militaristic, residential-style stay at the academy. And in addition to all of the early morning workouts, the rigorous academics, everything you would expect from a traditional recruit class, the 69th also partnered with the National Guard's Challenge Academy this year. And if you're unaware, the Challenge Academy is a 22-week, quasi-militaristic, residential-style alternative education program. And trust me, the similarities were not lost on either group. And the Challenge Academy focuses on youth that might be behind in academic credits. It's designed to reclaim the lives of teens and produce graduates with the education, strength of character, and self-discipline necessary to succeed as responsible citizens. Members of the 69th recruit class conducted tutoring sessions and participated in morning physical activity with the Challenge Academy class. The Challenge Academy is an awesome program. I'm very proud of the dedication and our officers demonstrated while working with the students, and we sincerely wish all of those students the best of luck as they transition into adulthood. All right, I understand that was a lot. I think it's time we get this graduation on proper here. Chaplain Bratley, would you please come forward for the invocation?
Thank you, Lieutenant Sawyer. Good morning. I'd like to thank you for this tremendous honor to be with you as we celebrate your graduation as the 69th and 70th recruit classes of the Wisconsin State Patrol Academy. You've chosen to answer the call to protect and to serve, and you're now just moments away from officially beginning your journey as troopers and inspectors. In the Christian scriptures, in the book of Romans, chapter 13, we read that all authorities on earth have been established by God. He understood that there would be evil in the world, and therefore there would be a need for some to be called to protect and to serve others. Specifically, he states it this way: rulers hold no terror for those who do right, but for those who do wrong. Do you want to be free from fear of the one in authority? Then do what is right, and you will be commended. For the one in authority is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid. For rulers do not bear the sword for no reason. They are God's servants. Apparently, to protect and to serve is a concept that's at least 2,000 years old. Thank you for being the latest to accept the call to fill this most important role. Let's pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day, and for these ladies and gentlemen gathered before us who have answered the call to protect and to serve as troopers and inspectors with the Wisconsin State Patrol. Be with us today, we pray, as we celebrate them and what they have accomplished. We ask that you would bless them and keep them as they watch over all of us in the days ahead. Bless their families with your presence, and bring these officers home safely after every shift. We thank you for their willingness to serve, and we look forward to the day that their role is no longer needed in society. Until then, Lord, be with us all, especially today. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. And now it is with great pleasure that I introduce the Superintendent of the Wisconsin State Patrol, Timothy Carnahan.
Good afternoon, and a sincere thank you to everyone here today for helping us celebrate the graduation of the 69th and 70th recruit classes. Thank you to our special guests who support the work of the Wisconsin State Patrol, Governor Evers, WSDOT Secretary Thompson, Attorney General Call, and Justice Hagedorn. And above all, a special thank you to the friends and family that, here or not, provided encouragement and support to your loved ones while taking on additional challenges while they were away at training. To the 69th and 70th classes, welcome aboard. This ceremony is unique, as you heard from Lieutenant Sawyer. For the first time in our 85-year history, we've run 2 concurrent classes, and also for the first time in history, we've run an accelerated academy. A lot has changed since I sat in those chairs and raised my right hand some 35 years ago. There's no question that the State Patrol of 2024 is much more technologically complex, diversified in its mission, and integrated with our municipal, county, state, and federal partners. However, what I would ask you to focus on is not what has changed. Our core values of honor, leadership, and professionalism endure because they are timeless and indispensable components of a functioning justice system. The citizens of this state will vest you with a tremendous degree of authority, but they rightly demand that we exercise this authority faithfully, justly, and morally. As you move on to your assignments in the coming days, remember the oath you'll take as you receive your badge today, which is a symbol of the public trust. Strive for excellence in all you do. Lead with professionalism and compassion. Serve and protect. To family, friends, and colleagues, this is your day also. Getting across this finish line doesn't happen without the support, encouragement, and sacrifices you all made while your cadet was at the academy. And while I wish I could, I can't tell you that those sacrifices will be over after today. Their service will put them in harm's way. We will ask them to be out when we tell people to stay safely in their homes. And we will frequently ask them to place community safety and the needs of others before their own. My promise to you is this, that we have prepared, trained, and equipped them to work in a risky environment, but also support their well-being and yours. To the 69th and 70th class, thank you for your commitment, and above all, congratulations. And now I'd like to introduce Wisconsin Department of Transportation Secretary Craig Thompson.
Thank you, Superintendent Carnahan. And I'm happy to be here with all of you today as you begin your new journey with our agency. The work you'll do every day is a critical part of the mission of the Wisconsin Department of Transportation to provide a safe, reliable, and efficient transportation system to the people we serve. The State Patrol is a unique law enforcement agency, both in Wisconsin and across the nation. Throughout your career, you have the potential to make an impact in every corner of this state. We're proud to be one of the only state DOTs in the country with law enforcement under one roof with DMV and our infrastructure experts. That allows us to strategically collaborate and work together across divisions to tackle our biggest priority on the roads, safety. Once you get out in the field, you will quickly learn that too many people become seriously hurt or tragically lose their lives every day in preventable crashes. Speeding, impaired driving, and other reckless behaviors are putting our travelers at risk. It is not exaggerating to call it a crisis that we face together as a nation. But we are committed to doing everything we can to make our roads safer through engineering, enforcement, and education. We face challenges on our roads that are not going away without a deeper commitment. We have an opportunity to foster a culture of safety in Wisconsin. So as you prepare to begin your patrols, I encourage you to find ways to help us share our safety message. When you encounter a driver who's putting others at risk on the roads, take a moment to put their dangerous behavior into perspective. Use the skills you've honed at the academy to connect with drivers. Take the time to explain the human consequence of crashes. Remember, every traffic stop and conversation is an opportunity to educate, to help people understand their duty and role in safety on our roads. We still have more work to do, and we must do it together. We aim to support you in your mission as our critical safety liaisons. We're confident our State Patrol leaders will help you find the right place where you can grow and thrive in our agency. We're thankful for those of you who chose to join us from other law enforcement entities. We value the knowledge you bring to the agency to help all of us grow together. Today you take an oath to serve and protect the people of Wisconsin. It's a big task, but we know you're all up for the challenge, and for that, we are incredibly grateful. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see your great work. And now, it is my distinct honor to be able to introduce Governor Tony Evers.
Well, thanks so much, Secretary Thompson. Move this up a little bit. And thank you, everybody else, for being here today to celebrate and welcome these graduates to state service. To the graduates today, congratulations and thank you for your commitment you're making to the great state of Wisconsin. Obviously, a lot of hard work went into this day. It isn't an easy path or a short path to joining the Wisconsin State Patrol. But I commend all of you for the job you've done and what you bring to your badge today. We need dedicated public servants like you to lead our law enforcement efforts. As a result of the training you've received, I'm confident that each of you have what it takes to lead in this role as you keep people safe on the roads. I see that great work and professionalism firsthand nearly every day when I'm traveling across the state, because frankly, I'm traveling alongside one of you. And I just wanted to take a moment to shout out for one of your fellow troopers, Trooper Jody Kumet of Osceola. When a member of my staff got into a bad accident a few weeks ago, Trooper Jody was among those who responded to help. Trooper Jody saw the accident happen. She immediately sprang into action, and she was not only a great comfort to my staff member, who was rightfully shaken up, but Trooper Jody went above and beyond to help her after the accident. You know, we're really lucky to have a staff member and everybody was okay, that the staff member and everybody was okay. But we were lucky Trooper Jody was there to help. There are countless everyday actions like those of Trooper Jody, and all those provide the outstanding service of the Wisconsin State Patrol, that this is a really elite group of people you're joining today. As governor, I'm committed to making sure each of you have the resources you need to do your jobs to the very best of your ability. Over the years, I've been proud to support improving traffic safety laws and strategic traffic calming infrastructure, cracking down on drunk driving, and increasing penalties for reckless driving. We're also supporting the work of our law enforcement officers through legislation to protect crime victims, increase efforts to prevent human trafficking, and bolster our emergency response systems. And I've supported increased direct support for the State Patrol, including new positions, updating the communications equipment, and funding overtime costs, and I signed into law a 4% wage increase for troopers and inspectors. And most recently, we're supporting Wisconsin's public safety professionals by improving access to mental health services. We worked with the State Patrol employees and other law enforcement in Wisconsin to establish new peer support programs to help officers work together to better cope with the stresses of this job. The state is also offering more crisis care services for officers through a new pilot program with the Department of Health Services. Graduates, as you get your badge today, we know you take on a huge responsibility and sacrifice, and we're grateful to each and every one of you for making the selfless decision to serve your community. The job isn't easy, but it is important, fulfilling, and meaningful work. And you're not alone in that sacrifice. Obviously, your family makes this commitment alongside you. So I want to take the opportunity to thank the loved ones for supporting you as you take your new journey in the State Patrol. With that, good luck, congratulations. I hope to see you out on the road and that you enjoy a long career with the Wisconsin State Patrol. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Governor Evers. Would the class please stand? At this time, I invite Superintendent Carnahan to come forward and commission the cadets.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will have the courage to hold myself and others. I will have the courage to uphold myself and others. Accountable for our actions. I will uphold the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin and the agency I serve. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Wisconsin, I hereby commission you, members of the Wisconsin State Patrol, and charge you with all of the rights, duties, and obligations pertaining to your office.
Thank you, Superintendent Carnahan. Class, seats. Okay, Academy training officers, please come forward to present the graduation roll call and assist with the ceremonial pinning of the badge. And those family members participating in the ceremony, please make your way to the Sergeant Platt over here on your left side.
'69th recruit class, please stand. Right face, forward, march. Trooper Nicholas Brown, pinned by his father, Derek Brown. Trooper Jacob Chapa, pinned by his wife, Kelsey Chapa. Trooper Cynthia Firehammer, pinned by her brother Grayson Firehammer, accompanied by her mother Etika Firehammer. Trooper Miles Guyton, pinned by his father, Sergeant Nakia Guyton Sr., accompanied by his mother, Sylvia Guyton. Trooper Derek Haas, pinned by his girlfriend, Addison Kay. Trooper Spencer Highthecker, pinned by his girlfriend, Gretchen Anubis. Trooper Taylor Lockhorst, pinned by his wife, Sonia Lockhorst. Trooper Russell Lusich, pinned by his wife, Juliana Lusich, accompanied by their son, Javelin. Trooper Jeremiah Samuelson, pinned by his wife, Holly Samuelson, accompanied by their children, Nyla and Caliber. Trooper Forrest Schmall, pinned by his fiancée, Lauren Roggeman. Trooper Ty Smith, pinned by his wife, Dominique Smith, accompanied by their daughters, Audrey and Valerie. Trooper Devin Winveen, pinned by his mother, Sarah Winveen. Ready? 69th Recruit Class, left face. Please be seated. Would the families of the 70th Recruit Class performing the badge pinning meet Sergeant Platt to my right? '70th Recruit Class, please stand. Right face. Forward, march. Trooper Ryan Biak, pinned by his wife, Rachel Biak. Trooper Kevin Jansen, pinned by his father, Daniel Jansen. Trooper Molly Morris, pinned by her husband, Adam Morris. Trooper Landon Muhlenkamp, pinned by his fiancée, Emily DeValconaire. Trooper Zachary O'Neill, pinned by his fiancée, Ariana Ruiz. Trooper Benjamin Schindel, pinned by his wife, Heather Schindel. Trooper Nathaniel Sinclair, pinned by his wife, Stephanie Sinclair, accompanied by their children, Lenny and Zoe. Trooper Timothy Strobush, pinned by his wife, Jessica Strobush. Trooper Michael Viz, pinned by his wife, Brittany Viz, accompanied by their children, Avery, Emerly, Bennett, and Hadley. Trooper Ryan Walters, pinned by his wife, Heather Walters, accompanied by their children, Mackenzie and Carter. Trooper Ryan Whaley, pinned by his wife, Jennifer Whaley. 70th recruit class, left face. Please be seated.
Thank you, Academy training officers and beloved family members. All right, at this time, can I have Supreme Court Justice Brian Hagedorn? Would you mind administering the oath of honor for us, please? And those of you, we ask that class please stand. And those sworn personnel in the crowd, please stand, don your headgear. We would like to invite you also to renew your oath with the class. Thank you, sir.
Well, it's wonderful to be with you all today, and I just want to say it's just a real honor and privilege. So thank you for all the service that all of you have made on behalf of our state, and thank you to the friends and family as well who are here today. I know you all have made many sacrifices and will be making many more, and that doesn't go unnoticed. And I just want to say before we take this oath that there are very few professions in life that you stand up and make promises before God and other people. You do that when you get married. I had to do that when I became a lawyer and a judge. And so I want to encourage you to consider the solemnity of the words that you're about to say here today. And finally, I just want to note that in a world that's often filled with criticism and difficulty for the path that you've chosen, thank you for choosing a noble and difficult path. And I just want you to know that from me and from so many others, you have my admiration, my appreciation, and deep respect. And with that, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Wisconsin. And as a member of the Wisconsin State Patrol, I will uphold and enforce all laws and regulations within the scope of my authority. And at all times, conduct myself in a manner so as to uphold the state and the department. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Justice. Everyone, please be seated. I now invite Attorney General Josh Call up to address our newly appointed officers. Attorney General.
Thank you. Good afternoon. And let me add my congratulations to those you've heard to the newest members of the Wisconsin State Patrol. I also would like to thank you and your family members in particular for your sacrifice. Going through the academy is not an easy process. It's one that requires time and incredible effort and is intended and does prepare you for a life in the State Patrol. That is a sacrifice for those who took the oath here today, but it's also a sacrifice for family members who support the incredibly important work you do. So thank you to all of you, everybody who is a part of making today possible. Now it's my responsibility today to provide some remarks as you enter into your service in the State Patrol, and I would like to leave you with really 3 points. First, you have all chosen a profession of incredible consequence. It's one that comes with significant opportunities and also responsibilities. In your day-to-day work, you have the opportunity day in and day out to help make our communities safer, in some cases to save the lives of our fellow Wisconsinites and anybody else who's traveling through the state of Wisconsin. That may happen when you intervene when there's a driver who's driving erratically and putting others in danger on the road. Consistently over the last several years, officers, including members of our State Patrol, have had to administer Narcan to intervene and save the lives of those who may be overdosing as a result of substance use disorder. You may be called upon to intervene in a dispute before it escalates and leads to violence. That's an incredible opportunity to make a difference. It's also an incredible responsibility because we charge our officers, and the oath you just speaks to it, with enforcing those laws fairly and impartially and consistently as you do our job in a manner that upholds the rule of law and the Constitution. Doing all that while acting swiftly to intervene to keep people safe is a responsibility that I know you all take seriously, and it's critical that our law enforcement takes seriously. It's especially big responsibility for those of you in the Wisconsin State Patrol and in other statewide law enforcement agencies like our Division of Criminal Investigation at DOJ. Law enforcement officers around the state of Wisconsin look to you as role models, as examples of how they should conduct their job. And the way that you approach the work you do day in and day out not only impacts the people you're interacting with, but shapes the way that law enforcement officers around the state do their job. So this is an incredible opportunity and responsibility, first. But we also know it's not an easy task. So the second thing I encourage all of you is to think about your wellness. Law enforcement is a challenging occupation. You are asked to do things on a daily basis and to confront situations that most of our fellow citizens never have to deal with and never have to confront. That takes a toll on everybody, no matter what your background, no matter what your concerns, and making sure that you are taking the steps you need to stay well is an incredibly important part of being successful as a law enforcement officer, and it's incredibly important to you personally and to your families. There has been a real effort among law enforcement in Wisconsin over a number of years to strengthen what happens with wellness in Wisconsin. As the governor mentioned, there are new protections that will soon be in place for peer support programs. But whether it's talking to a friend or a family member, an employee assistance program, a peer, or whoever else can be helpful to you, we encourage you to take your wellness seriously because it makes a difference to you and to those you serve. I also encourage you to make sure to think about the wellness of those you work with. You as officers can understand the challenges that your colleagues are facing in a way that nobody else can in the same degree of depth. It is okay to ask your colleagues how they're doing. And it's okay to say that I'm not okay and I can use assistance. Having a culture where we talk about those things strengthens all of law enforcement in the state. And so I encourage all of you to continue to make that a priority. And then third, I want to emphasize that as state troopers in Wisconsin, you are, of course, sworn to uphold the law, and you do a job that is important in and of itself. But you're also leaders of your community. Many of you will be going to new communities, communities that you've never lived in before. You'll be working with people you've never met before. And I encourage all of you to engage with your communities. Our law enforcement efforts are most effective when we have strong relationships, when we have worked with people in your communities, with other law enforcement agencies, to build the kind of trust and confidence that leads people to reach out to law enforcement when they're in need of help. It also builds trust in our communities when law enforcement officers are engaged, whether they're coaching a football team or volunteering at a nonprofit or just talking to folks at a diner in your community. That kind of engagement strengthens our communities and it makes our law enforcement efforts more effective. And you will be looked at as a leader within your community as a part of the Wisconsin State Patrol. So you are all embarking on incredibly important tasks. I encourage you to make sure that you're thinking about your own well-being as well as the well-being of others as you perform those jobs. And I encourage you to engage with those in the communities you're serving. So again, congratulations to the newest Wisconsin State Troopers. Best of luck as you embark on your careers, and please stay safe. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Attorney General. Would the program directors for the 69th recruit class, that would be Sergeant Jason Dangle and Sergeant Alan Platt, and the 70th recruit class, Sergeant Ben Hamilton, approach to present the class awards, please?
Our first award is the 69th Recruit Class Academic Award. The Superintendent's Award for Scholastic Achievement honors the cadet with the best overall academic average. The academic award is presented to Jeremiah Samuelson. Additionally, Samuelson has also been awarded the 69th Physical Fitness Award. The Academy Training Officer's Physical Fitness Achievement Award honors the cadet with the best combined initial and final physical readiness score. Congratulations, Trooper Samuelson. Oop, you have another one. The 69th Recruit Class Firearms Proficiency Award. The Program Director's Firearms Proficiency Award honors the cadet with the best combined firearms qualification scores and written firearms exam scores. The Firearms Proficiency Award is presented to Ty Smith. The 69th Recruit Class Governor's Award. The Governor's Award for Outstanding Personal Achievement honors the cadet who contributed the most effort to the success of the recruit class. The Governor's Award is presented to Russell Lusich.
The 70th Recruit Class will also be receiving awards. The 70th Recruit Class Academic Award is presented to Trooper Nathaniel Sinclair. The 70th Recruit Class Governor's Award is presented to Trooper Timothy Strobush. And the Recruit Class Instructor of the Year Award honors the instructor who has earned the respect and admiration of cadets by serving as a role model, having the cadets' best interest in mind, pushing the cadets academically, mentally, and physically. The Recruit Class has selected Trooper Brendan Braun as the Instructor of the Year for 2024. Would the Academy training officers for the 69th Recruit Class please come forward?
The position of Academy Training Officer can be very rewarding. As the 3 troopers standing before you can attest, it can also be very challenging. They are the ones that guide and mentor the cadets daily on their paths to becoming Wisconsin State Patrol troopers. The training officers follow the same schedule as the cadets. They arrive on Sunday nights and go home on Friday afternoons. It takes time, dedication, and a special individual to fill this role. They are away from their families just like the cadets. All of their hard work, along with the hard work of the cadets, brought us here today. Before acknowledging the training officers individually, I would like to mention the mentors for the 70th recruit class. While a mentor position was not the same as a training officer, those who were selected each spent 2-week shifts at the academy guiding the members of the 70th recruit class on their way to becoming troopers. Thank you to Trooper Justin Hart, Trooper Emily Lehman, Inspector Jeffrey Hill, and Inspector Lou Judge for your commitment to the 70th recruit class. And now, your training officers for the 69th recruit class. Trooper Brian Aschenbrenner. For those of you that don't know, Trooper Aschenbrenner was also a training officer for the 68th recruit class. When he heard that the following year we were going to run 2 simultaneous recruit classes, he didn't hesitate to reapply to become a training officer for the 69th. We greatly appreciate his knowledge and experience. Trooper Aschenbrenner was also one of the biggest thorns in my side. The training officers would rotate who would be the on-call TO for weekends. I don't think there was ever a Sunday where TO Aschenbrenner was the training officer that my cell phone did not ring on a Sunday night. The conversation was always the same. I would answer, and I'd hear the voice on the other end of the line say, "Hey, sir, you're not going to believe this." Thank you for all your hard work, Brian. Next is Trooper Colton Bailing. Trooper Bailing has the least seniority out of all 3 of our training officers. However, don't let that fool you. What he doesn't have in the years, he has made up for in experience. He came to us from the Southeast region, which is very busy, and he is also a member of our Wisconsin State Patrol SWAT team. All of his experiences that he incurred, he would come back to the academy and teach the lessons that he had learned and impart those lessons on the members of the 69th and 70th recruit class. Any project or any request that we had would always be met by the same answer by Trooper Bailing. "No problem, sir. We got this." He was not wrong. This team performed admirably. Thank you, Colton. And finally, Trooper Nathan Olson. Trooper Olson also helped with the 68th recruit class. He filled in for a couple of weeks when one of our other training officers was unable to make it due to other commitments. Even knowing the challenges, he readily applied to become a training officer for the 69th recruit class. In addition to his normal duties, Trooper Olson is also a member of the Wisconsin State Patrol Honor Guard. Every morning at morning formation, you would see Trooper Olson diligently inspecting each of the cadets' uniforms. That is part of the reason they look as sharp as they do today. Also, because of his diligence, we have to provide new irons for the future recruit classes. Thank you, Nathan. On behalf of myself and the entire Academy staff, thank you for a job well done.
Thank you, program directors. And as we kind of steer towards the end of this ceremony, I would like to invite the 69th Recruit Class President, Nicholas Brown, up to speak to you.
Good morning. My name is Nicholas Brown, and I'm the president of the Wisconsin State Patrol Academy's 69th recruit class. It is an honor and a privilege to stand before you today representing the state of Wisconsin's 12 newest troopers. Our 6-month journey at the Wisconsin State Patrol Academy began on January 28th of this year. Arriving at the academy with duffel bags in tow, we were excited for what the next 6 months would bring us. Looking around that day, it was clear to see that I was surrounded by like-minded individuals who were ready to dedicate their careers to serving communities throughout the great state of Wisconsin. Every day was a new challenge. We began the academy by laying a foundation of knowledge, which we would build on throughout the rest of our time at Fort McCoy. We learned about the high standards that Wisconsin state troopers and inspectors are held to, and that we too could meet those standards. Stress was added to our daily life, creating a hectic atmosphere. Despite this, the 12 of us continued to press forward. The formation runs got longer, the number of push-ups we did increased, and we learned to love a very specific set of double doors. Long days were spent in the classroom, studying case law and learning skills that will benefit us for the rest of our careers. We had room inspections, and lots of them. Many days were spent on the shooting range and on the mats, learning to defend ourselves in life and death situations. And who could forget being exposed to the taser and the pepper spray? Today marks a very special milestone for the 69th recruit class, graduation day. It is a day that not a single one of us will ever forget. Today signifies the end of our initial training and the start of our careers as Wisconsin state troopers. What was once a goal of ours has finally come to fruition, and we could not have done it without the help of very few specific groups of people. To the friends and family of the 69th recruit class who gave up time with us and took on extra responsibilities when we left home each week for the academy, thank you. Your unending support as we pursued our dreams was paramount to our success. We would not be here on this stage today without you. To training officers Aschenbrenner, Bailing, and Olson, thank you for guiding us through our journey at the academy. Day in and day out, you exemplified what it means to be a trooper in your professional demeanors, your crisp uniforms, and your unwavering commitment to our success. You sacrificed time away from your homes to ensure that we receive the best training the state of Wisconsin has to offer. We could not have done this without you. Class, we made it. Take this moment in and remember it for the rest of your lives. Be proud of how far we have come, and remember that we have a lot left to learn. Thank you for the last 6 months and for allowing me the opportunity to represent our class today. I will now invite the 70th recruit class speaker, Tim Strobush, to share some more words.
Today we gather to celebrate the graduation of the Wisconsin State Patrol 70th Recruit Academy. On April 14th, 11 strangers arrived at the State Patrol Academy to undertake a challenge that has never been done before. These 11 strangers, a few deputies, a couple village and city officers, and yes, one police chief, accepted the opportunity to be the first lateral academy class. The eyes of many were on them to make this program successful. It wasn't just a first for them, but also a first for their instructors too. Together, these 11 strangers endured morning physical training, ironed countless uniforms, adjusted to a new diet, polished their boots, and studied all 72 counties of the state. I can say with confidence, everyone rose to the challenge before us. When our instructor said jump, we said, "Sir." "Yes, sir." Regardless of what brought us down this new career path, each of us willingly, unwaveringly, and eagerly accepted the challenges of the unknown. This is what law enforcement officers do every day. We know that growth requires pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone. As I reflect on the past several months, no matter how much we thought we already knew on April 14th, the past 3 months we have learned more, including that cool hat flip. As we became mentors of the 69th Academy class, we were reminded of the value of our experience and humbled to share it with those who are just beginning their law enforcement career. To the 69th class, we wish you the best of your futures and look forward to serving with you shoulder to shoulder in the field. Today, the 70th recruit class will deploy to their posts, their assigned counties, and their sectors. They will finalize their field training and continue their service with the patrol. My challenge to the 70th class is this: keep signing up for the hard jobs. Keep saying yes to the things that will make you grow. Our future has even more challenges in store, but I know you are up to the task. Ladies and gentlemen, before you on this stage is the state's future troopers, trainers, supervisors, and leaders. Together, they represent over 125 years of varied law enforcement experience, reshaped in the unified image of this statewide agency. We are ready and eager to serve the state with honor and pride and continue the legacy of professionalism that is the Wisconsin State Patrol. I wish to thank the families, the spouses, friends who supported their troopers through this adventure. The weeks away and varied shifts have been very difficult, not only on us, but on you as well. We thank you for your unending support and patience. Thank you.
Chaplain Skinner, would you please come forward for the benediction?
I am well aware of the decorum of the state patrol, but I feel like there should be a big yahoo. They have made it. I want to say congratulations to these that I have had the privilege of working with over the past few months. This really is a significant accomplishment. This is one that they will look back on for the rest of their lives and realize what a great accomplishment this is. Wow. We are really proud of them, aren't we? Let me pray. Father and Lord, thanks to you for these that you have given to protect and to serve. They've been granted great authority, and with that great authority comes great responsibility. And I pray, Father, that you will give them wisdom and discernment and clarity of mind to handle well this authority and this responsibility that you have granted to them. I pray, Father, that you will give them steel, strong moral fiber to do the right thing even when it's hard. May they protect well, and may they serve well. I pray that their greatest satisfaction comes in serving the people of Wisconsin, in serving one another, and ultimately, Father, in serving you. I pray that you give them a servant's heart. Protect our protectors. If you'd surround them with body armor clad angels to protect them from an enemy that seeks to devour them, we'd be extraordinarily grateful. And if you'd also protect their families, Father, who worry about them as they head out the door, the folks who love them, watch over them as well. And finally, Father, remind them, and remind them often, to be strong and courageous. It's in your authority that I pray all these things. Amen. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Chaplain. Well, we have one final treat for you today. Class ATOs and guidon bearers, can you please report to the front of the stage for the retiring of the class guidons? So we've not done this before, but this is to give everyone in the crowd a little bit of insight of what we do at the Academy. One of the first tasks that a class is given upon starting the Academy is the creation of a class guidon and motto. These are expected to be emblematic of the class and their dedication to the division's missions and goals. A class is expected to guard the class guidon. It follows them wherever they go, and that includes on their morning runs. Likewise, the motto is repeated during every formation and after every class break. These serve as constant reminders to the class of their responsibilities to the citizens of Wisconsin. Upon graduation, the guidons and mottos are retired, entrusted back to the Academy for safekeeping. Class guidons are permanently enshrined and put on display in the Academy Museum. All right, class, please stand. Congratulations, graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the members of the former 69th and 70th recruit classes and the newest troopers of the Wisconsin State Patrol. So this does conclude our graduation ceremony, and on behalf of our graduates, I would like to thank everyone for attending. If I can have everyone in the audience please stand. It is my great honor, perhaps for the last time here, to tell the graduates of the 69th and 70th recruit classes, for the last time, you are dismissed.